Welcome back to another deep dive. Today, we're slicing through the headlines from the week ending August 3rd, 2025, really focusing on the big AI news. Our mission, like always, is to get you informed quickly, pull out those key bits of knowledge, maybe some surprising facts so you feel clued in, not, buried in news. And this week, wow, AI is doing some interesting things, sparking anxieties, driving innovation, robots, job markets, how we use the web, it's everywhere.
It really is. The speed AI is moving at is, well, it's incredible. Keeping up feels almost essential now, doesn't it? And this week's news, I think, really shows how AI is changing not just what we do, but kind of how we live and work,
Yeah.
sometimes in ways you wouldn't expect. So yeah, we'll break down some key stories, look at the bigger picture for you, maybe spot some patterns.
Okay, let's kick off with something really interesting, almost paradoxical from Bengaluru in India. We often talk about AI enabling remote work, right? Making things more flexible. But here, it seems AI is pushing tech workers back into the office. What is going on there?
Yeah, it's a fascinating example out of Bengaluru. It shows that this AI anxiety, it's not just some abstract thing, it's actually like physically changing commutes and maybe even the city itself.
Mm.
The main thing is this deep worry about AI taking jobs. Layoffs. So these tech workers, they're heading back to the office more often, especially midweek. Wednesdays seem to be the big day. Why?
Yeah.
Well, they want visibility. They want to feel, secure in their jobs.
Mm.
Being seen, they think, helps.
Right, so it's like a strategic decision driven by fear. And
Yeah.
what's the knock-on effect? All these people commuting again. Oh,
Exactly. And the direct result, traffic's gotten much worse on Bengaluru's outer ring road. That's a major route for all the tech parks. It's like a physical traffic jam caused by a digital fear. And local engineers are pretty clear. They're saying just shuffling work from home days isn't going to fix it. They argue what's really needed is, well, serious investment in things like public transport, better roads to handle everyone coming in daily.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, are we seeing the start of a global thing here, where fears about AI start reshaping how we work, where we work, even how our cities function? It shows these digital worries have real-world impacts.
that's a really powerful point, digital fears having physical consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so from the commute to maybe the digital playground, let's switch gears. Google's just put money into an Indian social gaming platform. Tell us about that one.
Right, Google's made a strategic move here, investing in a platform called Stan. It's described as an emerging Indian social gaming platform. And its whole purpose is basically connecting gamers with creators, with community events, with the publishers too, building an ecosystem.
Okay, Stan. And Google's play here, just getting a slice of the gaming pie, or is there more to it?
Well, it definitely looks like a smart way to tap into India's huge, booming mobile gaming scene. By backing a local platform like Stan, which does a nice job blending streaming, playing competitively, and the social side, Google gets deeper engagement, especially with younger users in India. Gaming's just getting bigger and bigger in emerging markets, so this kind of investment helps them stay relevant, lock in future users in a really fast-growing digital space.
Interesting. So connecting infrastructure anxieties to youth engagement. Now let's talk business wins. Reddit had a massive quarter, and AI seems to be a big part of the story. What exactly happened? What can we learn?
Oh yeah, Reddit's Q2 was seriously impressive. Their revenue shot up 78% compared to last year, hit $500 million. And the main engine for that growth, advertising. It accounted for like 93% of the revenue. Specifically, it was driven by their new AI-powered advertising tools.
93% from AI-driven ads. That's huge.
Is this just like the new normal for platforms? Are there risks involved for Reddit with this focus?
It definitely shows where the money is right now. But the real insight from Reddit, I think, isn't just that AI made money, but how. Their new AI tools apparently use detailed user data to really personalize ads, optimize the bidding. Advertisers got results they couldn't before. So it signals a shift, right? From just broad targeting to super precise ad delivery. That seems to be the new frontier. And yeah, people were worried about them relying on Google for traffic, but their daily active users actually grew 21%, up to 110.4 million. That calmed investors down a bit. Plus, they turned a profit, $0.45 per share, compared to losing 8 or 6 at last year. Beat the estimates, stock jumped over 13%. And their forecast for Q3 looks strong too, aiming for $540 million. So yeah, strong momentum from these AI ad products. It really shows AI's direct impact on the bottom line.
Okay, shifting again. This next one affects pretty much everyone online. Age verification. YouTube's handing this over to AI now. How does that work? And, what's the impact on users?
Yeah, YouTube has started rolling out AI-based age estimation beginning in the US. The AI looks at various signals, things like your watch history, how old your account is, viewing patterns, basically trying to figure out if you're likely under 18 or an adult.
Okay, and let's say the AI flags you as a teen. Or what if it gets it wrong?
Right, so if it identifies a user as a teen, it automatically puts restrictions in place. Things like turning off targeted ads, maybe suggesting screen time limits, limiting recommendations for sensitive stuff. If you're an adult and it misidentifies you, there are ways to prove your age, like using an ID, a credit card, or even taking a selfie for verification. This whole system, it lines up with pressure from regulators globally, like the UK's Online Safety Act, pushing for safer online spaces, especially content suitable for different ages. It definitely raises that big question, though. How do you balance privacy and all this data analysis with the need for online safety, particularly for kids? It's a tricky balance platforms are trying to find.
Very tricky indeed. Okay, from digital rules to physical machines. This next story about a humanoid robot sounds pretty wild, especially the price. Tell us more.
Oh, absolutely. This is Unitree's R1 humanoid robot. And yeah, the price is maybe the most surprising part, around $5,900. And for that price, it can do some pretty dynamic stuff. We're talking running, cartwheels, handstands, even punch combos and roundhouse kicks.
Under $6,000, that seems incredibly cheap for a humanoid robot doing cartwheels. How does that price point change things? Could we see these everywhere soon? What's the catch?
That's the big question, isn't it? The R1 is about 4 feet tall, weighs 55 pounds, has 26 joints, it's got binocular vision, an 8-core CPU, uses AI for perception, and the battery lasts about an hour. But it's removable. Now, Unitree themselves point out that older robots often needed human control or were just following scripts. It's still a bit unclear how autonomous the R1 really is, or how practical it would be in, say, your home. But even with those questions, that price point could be a huge step towards consumer-grade humanoid robots. It suggests they might become much more accessible down the line. And hey, for listeners who've been with us a while, you might remember we actually talked about Unitree way back in episode 53.
Ah, good memory. Okay, great callback. From physical robots back to the digital world, specifically the browser window, is it possible a new AI-native browser could actually take on Google Chrome? It feels like Chrome's dominance is unbreakable.
Well, there's a contender trying to do just that. It's called Fellou. And yeah, it's billing itself as an AI-native browser. Its main thing, its core idea, is embedding AI agents right into how you navigate the web. That's quite different from how current browsers work.
Embedded AI agents. Okay, so it's more than just having an AI chatbot in the sidebar. How could Fellou, actually change how we use the internet day to day? And what's stopping it?
Exactly. It's meant to be more autonomous. It can summarize web pages for you, carry out tasks you ask it to, the idea being you need fewer tabs open. It really points towards a different way of browsing, more proactive, less just clicking around finding stuff yourself. The potential is that it makes using the web much more efficient, maybe less about passive consumption. Now, the tech is still pretty new, right? But Fellou represents this wider trend of designing browsers with AI at the core from the start, trying to shake up the whole search and interface model that Chrome and its cousins basically own right now. The big hurdles. Getting people to switch, building trust, and just overcoming the sheer habit most of us have with our current browser.
That's a really different vision for web browsing. Interesting. Okay, let's circle back to the job market, but maybe a bit more positive this time compared to the Bengaluru story. Capgemini India, a huge tech player, is planning some massive hiring specifically focused on AI. What's that signal telling us?
Yeah, this is a really strong signal about where the demand is heading. Capgemini India says they plan to hire between 40,000 and 45,000 people in 2025. And a big chunk of those, maybe 35–40%, are expected to be lateral hires, so experienced people coming in from other firms. What's driving this big recruitment drive? Client demand. They want cost-effective services, and increasingly those services are AI-driven.
40 to 45,000 jobs. That's a huge number. Are they specifically looking for AI skills? And what does this say about India's place in the tech world right now?
Oh, absolutely. The whole strategy revolves around beefing up their AI-skilled workforce. They're even teaming up with over 50 universities to get AI skills training started early, basically preparing talent before they even graduate. And Capgemini's CEO, Ashwin Yardi, made a point of saying India is a strategic delivery hub for them. That's pretty significant when you hear about some other big firms maybe downsizing in the region. But there's an important note of caution from Capgemini's leadership, too. They stress that not every AI project automatically gives a good return on investment. So it highlights the need to be smart about implementation, focus on quality, not just jump on the AI bandwagon. It definitely shows a clear path for careers in AI, but also, yeah, that crucial reminder, AI needs careful thought, not just hype.
Right. Thoughtful implementation. And speaking of careers and maybe salaries, here's some hard data for anyone thinking about upskilling. A new study found a pretty big salary bump for having AI skills.
It did, and the numbers are quite persuasive. This study from Lightcast, and they looked at, get this, 1.3 billion job posts, found a really clear pattern. Roles that require AI skills, they pay about 28% more on average. That works out to nearly $18,000 extra per year compared to similar jobs that don't list AI skills.
An $18,000 difference just for AI skills? Wow. Is that mostly in like hardcore tech jobs, or is it wider than that?
That's the really striking part. Over half of the job postings needing AI skills were actually outside the traditional tech or computer science fields. So it shows demand is spreading really rapidly across pretty much all sectors. The report makes it clear there's a growing premium on just having AI aptitude wherever you work. Professionals, even with just foundational AI skills, can command significantly higher pay, even if they're not in a technical role per se. It's a loud and clear signal, isn't it? If you're thinking about learning new skills, AI knowledge is becoming a really valuable asset right across the board. Doesn't matter so much what industry you're in. So as we kind of wrap up this week's deep dive, I mean, the picture is pretty clear, right? AI's impact is incredibly broad, and it's definitely speeding up. We've seen everything from workforce anxieties, changing commutes, ethical debates about online content, big wins for businesses using AI, really cool new robots, and major shifts in what skills are valuable in the job market. It's really not just another tech trend anymore. It feels like a fundamental force that's reshaping, well, society, the economy, even just our day-to-day routines in real time.
Exactly. Well said. And thank you for joining us on this deep dive today as AI keeps weaving itself into really every part of our lives, how we work, how we play, how we get information, how jobs are valued. It leaves us with a thought, right? What new ethical dilemmas or maybe infrastructure challenges like in Bengaluru or even just completely unexpected opportunities do you see popping up in the very near future? Definitely something to mull over. We hope you keep exploring these topics with us. Until next time.